are back. Hey guys, it is so great to see you again. And oh man, that's a good cup of coffee. I just got back from the gym and I've noticed I've been drinking a lot more coffee this year. You know, I was always a French press sort of guy, and this past year I had a handful of friends that kept telling me about chemics, and I decided to pick up one. Guys, I don't know, are you a coffee drinker? If so, have you tried using a Chemex? It's a little bit more work, but boy, it makes a great cup of coffee. But enough about coffee. Guys, it's been a busy week for photography news with the introduction of tons of new gear at the CES 2020 show. One of the most exciting cameras to come to CES, of course, is the Canon EOS 1DX Mark III. And you can check out my video on that by clicking the link in the description. But Nikon unleashed a new camera too, the D780, and guys, it looks to be a great addition to the Nikon lineup. Rumors swirled around the D780 with people thinking, guys, it would have a 24 megapixel back illuminated sensor, upgraded low light shooting, and 4K video at 30p for a price around $2,000. So, were the rumors correct? Hang around with me till the end of this video and well, you'll find out. Let's start off with the specs on the D780. The D780 replaces the aging D750, which is a great camera, don't get me wrong. But the D750 came out in 2014, and despite being Nikon's most popular full-frame camera of all time, guys, it was showing its age and desperately needed an update. The D780 certainly delivers. Let's take a look at some of the specs of the D780. First of all, we're sitting on a 24 megapixel back illuminated full-frame sensor. Turns out the rumors were correct on that one. X-Speed 6-image processor, which happens to be the same one as in the Z6 and the Z7. Native ISO from 100 to 51,200, and of course that's expandable from 50 to 204,800. With a back illuminated sensor and improved ISO range, this camera will definitely outperform the D750 in low light shooting. It has a 51-point autofocus system, and it also has the same 273-point on-sensor system from the Z6 when shooting in live view. It also has improved autofocus performance thanks to the inclusion of an algorithm taken from the D5. 7 frames per second burst rate with a mechanical shutter and 12 frames per second in 12-bit electronic shutter mode. 4K UHD video at 30p and no crop, and 1080p at 120p. 10-bit video output via HDMI with N-Log or HLG HDR. 3.2-inch touchscreen LCD with 2.36 million dots resolution. Other features you might expect in this camera include weather sealing, Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, and a USB-C port for connectivity and for a charger. The D780 also inherits the focus stacking mode from the D850, which of course was my last camera I had before the Z7. I can say this is a pretty cool feature, guys. This mode enables you to take up to 300 images, each with a tiny shift in focus. Then the images can be combined in post-processing to create a super detailed image with improved, well, actually crazy depth of field. Something that has not changed is the form factor of this camera. The D780, guys, basically looks like a D750, which isn't a bad thing since the D750 is such a popular camera and has top-rated ergonomics. Now, there's no longer a pop-up flash, but other than that, and other minor physical changes, guys, you'd probably be hard-pressed to tell the difference between a D750 and a D850, in terms of their bodies at least. Okay, so now let's jump onto the video here. The video capabilities on this camera do get quite a bit of boost. The Nikon D750 had 1080 video at 30p. Fortunately, guys, the D780 has been upgraded. As mentioned earlier, you get 4K UHD video at up to 30p or 1080 at up to 120p. Combine that with better video capabilities is the fact that the live view autofocus improvements work for video too. And since you can get the touchscreen to change autofocus points, you can utilize the system much more easily as well. There's also microphone and headphone ports, zebra warnings and focus peaking, in addition to the 10-bit output HDMI that I noted earlier. You can also choose from hybrid log gamma video output for your ready to use video, or you can select N-Log so you can get a little bit more out of your color grading. Now, this isn't the best video camera on the market by any means, but the improvements are significant, and it shows that Nikon understands that DSLRs need to be not only good still cameras, but they also need to be good video cameras as well. Now, here's something I find pretty interesting. The mirrorless features make their way into the D780. There's been rumors recently about camera manufacturers working on DSLR mirrorless hybrids, but if you ask me, guys, they're already here. The D780, for example, benefits from a lot of the upgrades that come directly from Nikon Z series cameras. The live view autofocus is straight from the Z6, as in the live view user interface. Eye detection autofocus comes from the mirrorless cameras as well. The in-real shooting capabilities are also much improved, and even the video performance takes cues from the Nikon has developed for its mirrorless cameras. In other words, guys, the D780 gives DSLR shooters a glimpse of what Nikon has been working on in developing for its mirrorless cameras. All right, let's talk about the D780's release date and the price. This camera will be available a little bit later on this month, so if you've been relying on your D750 all this time, the wait for an upgrade, well, won't be too long. Price-wise, you can pick up a D780 body for $2,300, which happens to be the same price that the D750 cost back in 2014. A kit version with the AFS 24 to 120mm f4 EDVR lens will be made available as well for $2,800. Guys, when the D750 first came out, it was one of the first affordable full-frame cameras that didn't feel stripped down. The D780 feels much of the same way. It's been nicely updated with modern features, and it gives even more functionality than the D750. If you have a ton of f-mount lens, the D780 could be a great choice for you. But if you're just jumping into full-frame shooting and you already don't have a drawer full of f-mount lenses, guys, a Z6 might be a better option for you if you want a Nikon camera. What would your preference be, the Z6 or D780?
You take the blue pill, the story ends. You wake up in your bed and believe whatever you want to believe. You take the red pill, you stay in Wonderland.
Well, there you go, a quick little preview of the D780. Guys, if you found this video to be helpful, hit the like button down below. If you're currently not subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button. While you're at it, hit the bell to be notified as we come out with new videos. Well, I'm gonna finish this cup of coffee, and actually I'm gonna go take a shower. So you guys get out there and create your best shot.